I used to come home from school every single day, drop my bag, get onto my phone, and watch Markiplier, or rather, like YouTube entertainment videos, gameplay videos, things like that. And I think I was about 15 when I came home. I did watch some videos and then I took a break. My phone was laying on the bed. This is an old phone. I'm actually recording on my real phone that I'm using right now. But I came back from the bathroom or something and I looked at the phone that was laying in my bed and I thought how stupid it is that such a thingy, whoop, but this thing with a surface area that I can see things on if it shows me those things, this small, small little piece of metal and whatnot takes away so much of my time in my life and my attention. I don't know what came over me that I had this realization, this blessing of a realization that the universe sent to me, but I'm glad I did because ever since then, my perception of my devices and the technology and the content that people consume has been so drastically different. But fine, I went on self improvement after a few years. I started consuming a lot and lots of content on educational stuff and productivity stuff and self improvement stuff. And I realized that still, that's no good. Watching just educational stuff, it's no excuse either because it still gives you dopamine. It still distracts you from yourself and your life. Like fine, at the very start of your self improvement journey or self growth discovery journey, okay, you can consume lots of content, you can get inspired, you can get ideas, you can motivate yourself to actually start applying these things. But once you have started applying these things and once it's been some time, you start doing it just because you want to feel that motivation again, you want to feel the same way again, and you want to get distracted again from the challenges and problems in your life that are bothering you. And let me tell you, you are addicted. No matter what you think, you are addicted to some level of it. We all are. If I told you to take on a challenge, like if I challenged you right now to not use any device or app or consume any content outside, fine, outside of work stuff today, for this whole day, you would fail. And now you're thinking, like, oh, well, this sounds way too easy for me. I could do it, so I'm not even going to do it just because you asked me to. Prove me wrong, but, like, please prove me wrong. But you are addicted. You would fail it. I've managed to cut my content consumption levels by a lot, more than 10 times. I used to go on Reddit, Instagram, Facebook, everything, YouTube, watch entertainment, watch educational content, everything. Now I only have YouTube for educational content, maybe occasionally something for entertainment, something that brings me like really brings me joy to watch or inspires me a lot. And LinkedIn for professional reasons. Maybe sometimes other things also for work stuff or for my goals. So, to what level to reduce your content consumption to? Because content consumption is not all bad at all. You can learn from it, you can get inspired, you can get new ideas, broaden your perspectives. Definitely. It's good for you, but till a certain extent. And in my experience and knowledge, there are only three scenarios in which you should use content. First of all, is when you want to look for a specific thing, or when you're deeply interested into a specific thing, like when you're trying to develop when you're trying to, for example, if you're really into writing, you can, like, fine, you're not going to be writing all day, right? You also need to learn about how to write, so you're going to watch some content on that, but try not to replace that with actual applying and actual doing. And then for the first point also is like looking for follow along workouts, looking for meditations, things like that. Stuff that's not on your recommended feed unless you just consistently binge watch it, and then you have that stuff in your recommended. When you have free time, that's when you can watch that stuff. But otherwise, only if you're going to specifically look for it. The second one is when you're trying to learn something new, or when you're trying to work on something that's new to you, a new field that you need to explore before you delve into it or as you're delving into it. That's basically all. That's point two. Point three, or rather, scenario three, is approximately only half of the time when you're doing mundane tasks, washing the dishes, cleaning the floors in your house, or when in transport, when you're sitting in transport for long periods of time, or when you are done with the essential work tasks of your day, everything that you need to do, and you really have just free time, but only half of that time maximum used for content consumption. Why? The answer is pretty simple. You can do way more productive things and way more fulfilling things in that time instead of distracting yourself and giving yourself dopamine through watching that content, getting yourself that instant gratification. But there are other reasons as well. Like, if you have a brain, you can probably think of multiple reasons already why it's good to stop, to not obsess over watching content and stuff like that. But I want to give you the two main reasons. One of them is that you actually get to use your superpower, which is your ability to think, and use your mind and your brain in order to engage in productive conversations with yourself, to figure out what you want in life, what you want to do, to discover yourself, to just decide how you want to have fun at the moment in different ways than consuming content, to realize, to maybe realize solutions for problems that you have in your life, to work through your problems that you have in your life, and instead of overstimulating it and just numbing it all with things that are right in front of you. No, you delve deep. That's where creativity is. You might daydream, which is healthy. You might daydream about things that you want, things that you want to do, and then go on to try and achieve those things. The second thing is that you actually get to experience life for what it is. Go out, go on adventures, explore the world, socialize. And most importantly, when you do something, you are actually mindful of it. Like when you're taking a walk, don't listen to music, don't listen to a video. Just experience it for what it is. And you'll find so much joy and fulfillment and happiness into just living, simply existing, because you have already so many things that you need to be aware of. The colors around you, the animals, the people, the chatter, the beautiful things that are happening around you. By consuming content, you not only drown it all, completely block it all, but you also overstimulate your brain into oblivion. You give it so much dopamine that it keeps on going, and it takes away so much of your mental energy for actually enjoying life. You become a zombie, quite literally. And I'm not trying to insult you. I've experienced all of this before for long periods of time. And dropping this content consumption like really contributed to my happiness, because I believe I'm living actually a happy life, and I can be happy for no reason, simply because I am. And I want to give you some tips on how I did that. First of all, very practical, put your phone on grayscale. Huge help, trust me. Like, Google it. For each phone, the settings are different, so I can't really tell you what to do. Google it. Sometimes apps will do, but sometimes you need to look into the settings on your phone that are meant for developers, and then you can configure your settings there to put your phone on grayscale. That actually helps a lot because colors give your brain a lot of dopamine. Colors have a lot to do with this instant gratification thing that we're trying to avoid. Second of all, have goals that you are actually motivated to reach so that you have something to do instead of consuming content. Not like, well, technically, stop consuming content. If you don't have goals, this actually works. allow yourself to be bored and use that boredom to first of all figure out your goals in life, what you want in life, what you want to do, and then how to achieve that. That's what you should prioritize if you're in that situation. But otherwise, I would suggest preparing a list of things that you can do instead of consuming content or things like that. Gaming, music, stuff like that. A few ideas: you can meditate, you can journal, you can dance, you can go outside, you can, yes, you can socialize, you can go outside, explore a new place, explore a new activity, explore a new hobby, learn a new skill. You can also do just, you can literally just sleep. That's a good thing as well. You can read, find some rest, like proper rest stuff. Just go on a walk, lay down, simply lay down in bed, relax. Try to look for excuses. You're gonna give yourself all these reasons why this content is good for me to watch, why I should watch this actually, and try to argue back against them, because it might be relevant to what you're trying to do at the moment. It might be inspiring. It might be that you really like this creator and that you learn a lot from them. But realistically, do you need them in your life right now? Do you need this piece of content in your life right now? Assess that. I suggest approaching this kind of thing with the mindset of essentialism. Is this really needed? And the rest is mainly just excuses. When it's content that gives you joy, like happiness, you might think, well, I'm watching funny videos to make me feel better. Wouldn't laughing because you're playing board games with your family or your friends be way more rewarding, way more fulfilling? Or trying to strike up new conversations if you don't have friends, trying to make new friends. Sometimes it's fine, you need alone time. Like, don't. I did talk about essentialism, but I also want you to tell you to not completely obsess over this idea. I just want you to be self-reflective and self-critical of what you tell yourself. But once you are aware and once you can distinguish between excuses and actual reasons to watch a video, allow yourself the freedom. You have this freedom. We have this gift as people to be able to watch something nice, to feel good about things on the internet. Sometimes it's good for your rest time. Sometimes it's good to just relax and watch some videos. But have that discipline and don't let it get to a point where you're watching it just because you have nothing else to do. Don't do that. The last tip I have for you is approach it with this: let's just try this out mindset. If you're gonna tell your brain that that's it, I'm stopping this now, I'm not doing that anymore, you're going to get reverse psychologied into getting addicted, like getting back to your addiction again. Try telling your brain that I'm just going to try it this once and see how it goes. I have my phone right here. I can take it anytime I need it. I want it again, but I will just try to be disciplined this time. Try to see with each second that I don't use it, what happens afterwards. Approach it with this curiosity and open mindedness and kindness to yourself. And big chances that your brain will actually realize that, oh, this is kind of nice, and you will start reflecting that, damn, this is kind of nice, I don't actually need my phone anymore, at least for this amount of time. And if you do this once, then the next time when you're going to be like, well, let's just try it again, see what happens, you're already going to go into it with this kind of knowing that it is going to turn out good for you. So try that. I hope that makes sense. Comment if you have any questions. Comment. Let me know your feedback. That's all I have here for you. I hope this was inspiring or in any way insightful to you. Let me know. Message me on LinkedIn also if you want to talk, or if you want a full life strategy and fulfillment guide and setup all made for you. I've put 5 years of my self-improvement experience and knowledge into about a week-long program for you if you want to achieve your material goals without losing out on the fulfillment that this present moment can offer you. Because I've been through really obsessing over productivity and doing things to their utmost efficiency, and now I finally found a perfect way to balance all of this out. A perfectly imperfect way to balance my life out and go with the flow, while still staying disciplined. So, anyways, enough about that. Subscribe if you want to see more content on how to spend, how to make the most of your time and your life, and like this video if you liked it, of course, and go and apply what you learned. Ciao.